Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to the Career Pack Podcast. My name is Neil Patel. I'm the host of this podcast. And if you guys are new, welcome. This is a daily podcast that I've been doing now for the past 332 days straight on a goal to do it for 1 year straight. What's after that? I'm not really sure. But we are here and we're going to keep chugging along. And today I want to talk about this year because 2023 is coming to an end very, very quickly. I felt like the year just flew by. From January to September, I feel like the year was just gone in a blink of an eye. Hold on, someone is calling me. Yeah, Mom. Yeah, I'm here. What? We just played games, Mom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
तो क्रिसमस रहता फ्रेंडो जो स्पेंड कर गया होता है ना.
Yes. Biju kaine, Mom. I'm recording right now, and then I'm gonna eat and then probably watch a movie.
Okay, અને હા પણ આજે તારા ફેવરેટ છોલે પરોઠા બનાવવાના છે. ઓકે, છોલે ને પેલા નાન મિની નાન છે ને સરસ છે તો આજે તારે ખાવાનું.
Okay, sounds good, Mom.
અને હાંડવો બી છે if you like it. Okay.
All right, Mom. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Love it. That was my mom. She was telling me how there's a bunch of food that she made that I really, really like. So make sure you don't eat out so you can eat at home. And I spent Christmas last couple of days at my friend's house where all of his cousins were there and just all my closest friends. So she was like, "Oh, you spent Christmas with your friends this time, huh? Like you weren't even home." And I was like, "Yes, sorry." And yeah, this is a completely different tangent, but I felt like ever since I was after like high school, like we haven't even like put up a Christmas tree or done anything like that as a family. So whenever it comes to like Christmas time, I just like to hang out with my friends. Same thing with New Year's. But yeah, okay, completely different tangent. 2023 is coming to an end, and just like anyone else out there, I love to just reflect on my year, asking myself whether it was a good year, was it a bad year, what were the positives, what were the negatives, and my mind immediately can just name off like 30 negative things or 30 things that I can do to improve this past year or have had a better year, like financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. The list goes on. Today, I want to talk about 3 questions that we can ask ourselves, or 4, I believe. 1, 2, 3 questions that we can ask ourselves to assess what our year was like, and then one reminder that I tell myself quite often nowadays to just really understand the power of reflection and getting past the things that we go through in our life. And it comes from the guy named Sahil Bloom. I've talked about him on this podcast multiple times. And if you guys want to check out anything of his, I'll leave a link to his newsletter. You can learn everything about the guy there. On his 32nd birthday, he went ahead and asked a bunch of elderly people what their number one piece of life advice was. And I read through all 40 pieces of advice that he had put out in that tweet. And the one that stuck out to me the most was this: always remind yourself that your track record for making it through your bad days is perfect. 2023, there were a lot of highs, there were a lot of lows. And through all of those bad days, when I read that, it's like, you know what, dude? Like, you are strong. You are brave. You are courageous. You do have the humility to just get through the hard days. And I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for getting through those hard days. And this isn't like a one-off thing or something that only one person goes through. This goes for every single person on this planet. We all have shitty, horrible fucking days where it seems like nothing's working. Everything is just going to shit. Like, you have family problems, you have personal issues, you have work related issues, and these things just like compound at a level that you never thought were possible. Not to mention kids and families and all those things. But the fact that you're able to get through the day and wake up the next day, that's a win. That's a very, very big win. Because unfortunately, there are people in this life that get very stressed out because of those circumstances, and they will do bad things to themselves. That's number one, is to just be grateful and thankful and give yourself the confidence boost of knowing that, you know what, I can get through this hard shit, whatever it is in your life. All right, now on to the 3 questions. The first question that I like to ask myself is, did you take any risks? So, Neil, did you take any risks in 2023? I took enormous risk in 2023. Left my job. I took on this creative opportunity. I started making videos, being more vulnerable, started this podcast, which I had no idea where it would go and what it would lead me to. And that answer is still kind of the same. I don't know where it'll go. I don't know where it'll lead me. I definitely took immense amounts of risk this year. Like the risk of being judged, the risk of what other people will think, the risk of, you know, not having like a financially super stable income. Definitely a lot of risk was taken this year. And then I also added, so did you take any risk, or was it another year of simply falling in line and doing what you're told to do? Nothing wrong in that. Absolutely nothing wrong in that. But risk, I feel like, is essential for anything that we do in life, whether it is taking risks like physically, like climbing a mountain or going skydiving or running a marathon, learning how to swim, getting good at a different sport. Those are essentially risks because you're putting your body through something that hasn't been put through before. So that counts. You guys can think of any other risk, okay? Like I don't need to list off 1,000 different risks that you've taken, but just did you oh my god, who is blowing me up right now? It is my girlfriend. She whenever she wakes up, she just loves to just blow me up with text messages with every see, she's still going with everything that she yeah, you guys see this is happening firsthand. She's texting me about everything she's doing today, which I actually appreciate because then I know when to text, when not to text, when to update, when not to update, when to call, when not to call. This is just my amazing, amazing relationship. And I also, when I wake up in the morning, I blow her up with text messages, but 9 times out of 10, she's sleeping, so she probably doesn't even see them. But it's funny. I'm recording and she's sending me these messages, and you could hear them. Okay, but anyway, that's the first question. Did you take any risks? And be very honest about that answer. Because as I'm chatting with you guys right now, I'm being very honest in my response of whether or not I actually did take risks. And if I didn't take risks, I would also be super upfront about that. Next question. Did the quality of at least one close relationship in your life improve? Just one. Think about all the friends that you have in your circle. Think about your family, whether it's distant cousins, brothers, sisters, like siblings, coworkers, significant other. In what ways did that relationship improve? Did it improve? Did it go downhill? But I think it's essential for us to find at least one relationship. For me, it's very easy. It is my significant other. How that relationship went this year was positive. It grew. I feel like we're closer and more connected than ever before in a multitude of ways. But I also feel like there's, again, a lot more ways where we can connect and make more time for each other and talk more about our values, morals, and deep conversations. I'm a whore for deep conversations. If you guys didn't know that, there's this one book that I will buy. It's called 101 Questions to Ask Your Significant Other Before Getting Married. I completely probably botched that title. It's just 100 questions to ask your significant other before you decide to, you know, be with one another for the rest of your life. And I feel like when the time comes, I can't wait to just like sit down and have a conversation about all of those questions and see where her and I stand. I feel like her and I see eye to eye on a lot of things, and we are very good at disagreeing respectfully, like disagreeing in a way that isn't combative with one another. It's just like, okay, tell me why you disagree with this. Here's my stance. Here's my reasoning. That's your reasoning. That's completely fine. And then we find like a middle ground and we just keep going. All right. But anyway, with relationships, please just assess all your relationships. I, in some ways, feel like my relationship that I have with some of my closest friends, it declined this year. Like I felt like it was a lot closer in 22 and 21 and 2020 and even before then because I was able to spend more time with them. But now, the older that we're getting, we don't call each other as often. We don't check in on each other as often, and we spend less time together. So the past 3 days when I was at my buddy's house, that was like my way of kind of just like spending time with them again. But in terms of that, like I feel like it's been on a little bit of a decline, but my personal relationship has been incredible. Last question. Do you see yourself as more of a respectable person than where you were or excuse me, do you see yourself as more of a respectable person than where you started the year at? I feel like this is the most important question because if you don't respect yourself, then everything else just kind of goes to shit. And unfortunately, this is the question that I have a very, very hard time with. And the reason that is because it's strictly health related for me. If I look at myself physically and I'm proud of myself, then all other aspects of my life are just like 10 times better. Like, I don't want to have to be like carrying this pillow around to like put it in front of my stomach. Like, nah, man, like, I just want it to be like let loose and have fun and be free. But I am a little bit conscious about my body, just a little bit. So I think in other ways, like, I'm a confident person. I know I can speak to anyone, make friends with anyone. But just the thing that always holds me back from seeing myself and respecting myself more, like my inability to be consistent with my physical fitness and health. And I'm not even going to say that, like, 2024 will be the year where I change my life and I do all this and I get better physically. No, I'm going to just act like the person that already is fit and healthy and does all the right things in order to be where they want to be. It's no, like, don't think, just do. Because the more I dwell on it, the more I think about it, the more likely I am to just like psych myself out. And it's better for me to just be like, hey, you know what? No, I'm not going to eat that today. Or you know what? No, I don't need to go out and get this thing at this time. Or you guys get what I'm saying. It's to just strictly do. That's the important question. Do you respect yourself? There's so many other areas of my life, whether it's with my relationships, my confidence, how I'm able to like speak with people, build relationships, my ability to, create videos and help other people make videos. All of that confidence can and is sky high when I feel good physically. Even if I don't feel good physically, like, those are areas of my life where I do respect myself a lot for being vulnerable and being able to put myself out there like this on camera, out there into the world. I think it is a gift that I have, but I just want to get so much better at it, because this is literally the I'm at I'm I'm at the bottom of the mountain from where I can be and where I know I can be, and it's a process. It'll take time, but in the meantime, I just know I need to keep growing, keep getting better and learning, because this is a gift and I know that. So, that's all I have for you guys today. And just to do a quick little recap of the 3 questions that you can ask yourself to assess your 2023. Number 1, do you see yourself as more of a respectable person than where you started the year at? Number 2, did the quality of at least one relationship in your life improve? And number 3, did you take any risks this past year, or was it just another year where you fell in line and just did what you were told to do? And the one reminder to just keep in the back of your head for all the things that you've gone through this past year, always remind yourself that your track record for making it through your bad days is absolutely, undeniably perfect. It's at 100%. That's like Steph Curry from 3. 100%, you're good. All right. That's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick 15-minute episode. And if you did, feel free to share it with someone. Follow me on socials at the Career Pack Podcast. Please subscribe on YouTube. I would appreciate that a lot. And most importantly, leave me a 4 or 5-star review. I would appreciate it a ton. Actually, that's not the most important part. The most important part is that this was easy for you guys to digest. And I hope that it was valuable in some way, shape, or form. Because if it was, then you would subscribe. You would subscribe. Yeah. All right. Like I always say, take care. Tell someone that you love them and go do something nice for someone today, because they genuinely deserve it. 2023 is coming to an end. And until tomorrow, much love. Peace.